Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. We've got myself and Gary tonight. The eve before the nightmare that begins tomorrow night away to Palace. The documentary dropped for the first 3 episodes anyway. The first 3 episodes of the All or Nothing Amazon documentary dropped earlier today, and me and Gary thought we'd come on and do a bit of a watch along, but also discuss any talking points and anything we want to discuss over whilst it's what we're watching it in sync as well. So there's no going to be out of sync, like a few seconds ahead, anything like that. We're watching it in sync with each other. You guys can watch, obviously, as well. Watch it again if you want to, and give us your thoughts on it. The first 3 episodes as well. But yeah, apart from that, Gary, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to going through this review. Just get somebody else's thoughts on what we both see. So it's be kind of cool.
Yeah. That'll be interesting, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Gary's always. I think you watched one episode. What you said before?
Yeah.
You watched episode.
Yeah, I watched some of it already, so I have a little bit background.
Got a bit of insight into it already. How they've set up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get underway. When you're ready to go, and obviously, if you want to stop and talk, just feel free. You're in control. So yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. This first episode is 53 minutes, so we'll see how it goes. So we can. I don't know if you want to do all of the episodes because that's a lot, because that's almost probably 3 hours. But I think the first and the second one are somewhat. This one's long, the next one is short, and that one after that is long. So if you want to do the first,
we'll play by you.
Yeah. All right. So here we go.
All right.
You do because you love what you do. That is called passion. Only passion. Determination and passion, and show these people how much you care, and go out there and play forward and attack them and play with courage and belief and fucking win this game. Arsenal Football Club in the heart of North London. It's one of the biggest football clubs in the world.
Sorry, Tom. my fault.
An extraordinary success. They were champions.
We're going through all the good times I've not seen live.
Might be first. What's going on?
Getting your all cheery-eyed, showing you all the past winnings and trophies and celebrations.
Ooh, Conky. Conky out. Oh, there's KSI. Of course, KSI. Of course, you have KSI and all that now.
As a manager, you're going to be under pressure. You're going to be questioned. That's it. I'm ready for a fight. And youngest squad. For the first time in their history, Arsenal have allowed cameras behind the scenes.
Ooh. There's a bit of a ball on the pitch.
And what would prove to be a pivotal season for the club. With the drama unfolding on.
It just showed
Yeah.
Xhaka red. He's upset. Man,
I like that. I like this is one of the main reasons we're looking forward to this end of the season, to see how he was in their moments, how he was addressing them.
Yeah, because I always felt like, knowing that the cameras are there is one thing, but then eventually just kind of going about your business and forgetting about the cameras and just trying to get your job done. That's when you realize, that's when you see what it's, the behind the scenes things. And, so hello there, Mr. Bungle. All right.
I'm not buying Amazon to watch this on my phone.
Yeah, you got 2 things to look at, so it's like,
yeah.
It's a new beginning at Arsenal. The start of the season that we see the fans return to the stadium. London Colney is Arsenal's training ground where the preparations begin.
Yeah, just showing all the players coming into the stadium.
Yeah.
Into London Colney now for practice. Yeah. And somebody, was it Nelson, is parked in one of this Cedric spot? I think is what just happened.
I think you said, yeah. And Saka's like, waving a go at me. Is it bad that as soon as I saw that car, I knew it was Aubameyang's car?
Well, I looked at the car and I was like, I thought he had just, Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff. Yeah. So it's got this nice little four-door,
Is that sort of there? He would do that sort of, buy that sort of car.
Showing him walking out to the stadium. Oh, sorry, out to the practice field. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Talking about the youngest squad in the Premier League going into the season.
Is 19-year-old Bukayo Saka.
Talking about Saka.
There was only one choice. I do remember the scouts approach your parents and they give them like a card with the Arsenal badge on. I remember getting into the car and my dad showing me, and I think I just took the card and I just held it for me for a few days with me. As a kid, you play for fun, and then when you see the teams that you're watching on TV are calling for you, it's special. So I was really excited and I wanted to get started straight away.
Showing Saka practicing.
The final of the European Championship.
They're going to touch enough Euros, though.
He was chosen to take the last kick in the penalty shootout. So Bukayo Saka now. It was the biggest moment in English football in over 50 years. Please.
Yeah.
That's why I believe in you. You've been so good this tournament. Come on, mate. 19-year-old has to.
I don't know. Can you hear? I don't know if the audio is coming through on this thing.
I can check in a sec. I'll have a look.
All right. I don't know if it matters, but I think the audio is coming through because I'm kind of hearing an echo. They're just showing us Saka missing the PK at the end of Euros.
Yeah. I've turned it down now. Is that all right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. As long as you can hear.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think. I think we saw this when he came to the practice facility, and all those letters are there. But at that point, he looked at him, and I always thought, you know what? He seems like he's gotten over it, or realizes this is the world he lives in. Right? It's just some people are gonna let him down.
It was all about. I said at the time, it was all about having the right people, not just obviously friends and family around it, but the right people at the club and at the FA respectively around him, supporting him, along with obviously Rashford and Sancho.
Yeah. And I said Henry talking a little bit about that. Yeah, he's talking about how his popularity is a little too big now. He just can't walk around like a regular 19-year-old kid. Yeah. Got the ESR and Saka talking about cooking eggs, and ESR does not believe him. Hey there, Colonel. See John Wayne in there with us, Mr. Tom, of course. Yeah, Saka tried to sneak in to get some food, it seems like, but the whole staff noticed him and waved him goodbye when he left. I would not know anything about that.
He's like, I have a hood on, I have a face mask on, because obviously when this is filming, it's obviously was in a lockdown pandemic. Or just coming out of it as well, but so I had to wear a face mask. But he's saying, I had the face mask, I had a hood on, all I could see was eyes, and they knew it was me.
They're introducing Arteta to the video. Yeah, Calvin Phillips and I think a couple others were there. To yeah. Since then, whenever he takes a penalty kick, I think he's probably thinking in the back of his mind, "Not again, not again. I'm not missing him like that again."
It seems like he's our first choice PK taker now.
Yeah.
Going by, what was he, since Stamford Bridge last season, and now pre-season he's taking the penalties when he's playing.
Yeah.
Having these virtual press conferences before the season. They've got Neil in the chat. Neil saying it's actually really good. Was not keen on it when it was announced. Same here, to be honest. I'll be honest, but I have to admit it's been great so far. Enjoy, lads. Hope all is well.
Yeah. I was watching Tom Canton. He was talking about because he'd already seen the 3 episodes, and he kind of gave it just gave us a high level synopsis of he said the first 2, the third one, all right, that's when you realize, okay, this could be interesting. So this first one seems to be a little bit slow here. Went through his first interview where they're talking about him coming in, and starting the season, and then now we're going into the first game of the season. We basically played a really light lineup, missing a lot of players. And Saka actually did not start. We looked promising. Had a really nice, I think that was Tierney with a nice little curler. And then they just kind of just dribbled straight down and put the score in. First goal, 22 minutes in, people. This is the one thing about watching these things. You remember watching and go, damn, that sucked. And then we tried. I think Emil Sofro misses a shot later on. And guess they missed halftime, but it went through halftime, and now second half already, and Saka's coming on with 30 to go. What are you talking about? We want to watch the show. We're going to talk about it, don't I, Colonel? Yeah. No, they're just showing the throw in that made it all the way into the box and then had it home, and down 2 after 73 minutes. Yeah. Brentford fans are waving at us. And there we go.
Yeah, fans walking out pissed off.
Bottom of the league.
It wasn't nice, it was true.
Chelsea, Manchester City, and I think that is why I feel the press is right on Mikel Arteta. Rightly or wrongly, that's where we are.
Yeah. All right, so it's whatever the next day or the next day of practice. I think that's Arteta's Mercedes-Benz driving in. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Arteta talking about the stress of being a manager. Cronky out chance.
Let's go back into that now. Back in April 21.
Relations between the fans and the club reached a new low in April 2021. The fans objected to the club agreeing to join the proposed breakaway European Super League. The majority of the Andes noted that the owners of the club
We're talking about the Super League.
Mm.
The demonstration for that. There's Stan, the man walking by.
Mm.
the largest privately owned sports empire in the world. The company's reportedly worth around
Shockingly, yeah, in LA.
when it comes to
Well, there's Josh. There's
Josh.
Junior.
Yeah. You have an interview with Josh. I think they showed this interview, right? This isn't this
More
interview
likely,
something
yeah.
we saw, I think. He's talking about 2018 is when they actually officially had full control. And that's when they're going to start doing what they. Sounds like he's.
Josh has flown into London to meet technical director Eddie Gaspo, CEO Vinay Venkatesh. Along with the Arsenal board, Josh has approved a plan to upgrade the first team. So we still, of course, as you want to see here, we still think what things to do. And when you see
Showing the board
that kind of situation,
with all the players.
Oh, I do.
They have
You
the
know,
caps.
Arsenal.
Yes, I
as you see,
think that was Ben White, right?
Yeah, seems
They're
like
holding as far as that was the board. So Smith Rowe backed up by Erdogan.
Josh and the Arsenal board are banking on a £30 million transfer to Norwegian wonderkid Watchalong.
Talking about Erdogan joining the squad. KT, guess where KT is? Laying on a train in his bed. Surprise!
no.
Mm-hmm. Talking about Zombie and Savage now. They're just talking about. No, we're talking about Ben White. 50 million. Ben White talking about kids mugging him off. 50 million. You're I don't say those words, but they basically called him poo poo. 50 million. You poo poo. So we always talk about, do the players know? I think the players know what people are saying about them.
They must be.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Got Josh out of practice with Tedder. Yeah. Like I said, I think I listened to Tom Kenton talk, and he said the first one would be kind of like a little slow in terms of what you might be expecting. So I already had my expectations probably at that point. I don't know if I'm killing yours, but yeah, there's little things you get out of it.
Yeah, it sort of eases you in basically.
Yeah.
Lays the ground and all that.
Here we go. They're talking about the first game coming up.
Yeah, more the best results. Yay. Oh dear.
Didn't show any of his answers to the questions, but yeah. The media's asked him, I think, tough questions like, what's he going to do? Oh, Ramsdale just showed up at London Colney. As I said back then, I don't know if you remember, like his name came up early in the window and then like disappeared. Right, you never heard it again, and then next thing you know, the last thing he's coming in. So I don't know. I'm doing the play-by-play. I guess is that what people want to hear? So we got Ramsdale in the doctors. I guess in the room with the team doctor. So, hello there, assembled.
Got Stefan in there as well.
Stefan, yeah. So we're just going through the first episode of All or Nothing. Ramsdale now has just arrived at the stadium, just arrived at London Colney for his physical. So, and preparing for the Chelsea game. Ramsdale was just talking about when he broke his arm when he was 10, going off of a skateboard, off a slide.
That's the normal thing you do, really.
If you don't have a skate part, then I guess you got to use the slide, right? Yeah, said he picked goalkeeper at a really young age because he loved being in between the sticks. Yeah. So it sounds like he knows all the youngsters. I assume he knows the youngsters from, is it playing for play from the under 19s and probably, right?
I assume so, yeah.
Yeah, Netflix Watchalong. Okay. Yeah. So we are. If you do have it, we're in the 22nd minute here, 21-24. So if you have it, yeah, they're just talking about signing of Ramsdale, 150 mil spent.
All the blurred out tweets as well and replies.
Yeah. Talking about all the I guess all the bad words spoken of him when he first joined. I'll say my only bad thing about it is I say if we bring him in, then Leno needs to go.
Yeah.
Or else it doesn't make sense.
A year later, but he's gone. I feel ripped off though. £8 million overall.
That's 3 guaranteed.
It's 3
right?
guaranteed, and if they survive,
he hurts himself in the first game, nothing. No, that's $1 million lost.
Yeah, we are luck.
I mean, I understand catering to the players' needs, but at some point there's got to be your needs as well. Yeah. I think the most thing we've seen is a couple of the players talking at lunch or at breakfast, and the Ramsdale talking to the doctor, but not as much behind the scenes things as you would hope in the first episode. But that's maybe just a teaser to get us going. Yeah, like I said, there are little things that you get from the little conversations that they have. I think if I'm thinking correctly, I think this first episode is them realizing there's a camera there, and then
Yeah.
it takes a little while for them to finally just kind of just forget about it and just go about their business. So I don't know. I forgot who this. I think this guy is the KS1 guy or whatever.
Yeah, KSI part of the side, man.
KSI. All right. So
Yeah,
I don't,
he's the one
is
that's done
he, what does he do?
He's just a YouTuber, entertainer, but
Oh.
he's a singer now and all that. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
he's got a partnership with Logan Paul.
Yeah, I saw that they're doing a
Yeah.
water thing together or something like
Yeah.
that. So now we're going to the pregame discussion about Chelsea game. This I think is really interesting. Yeah. Tedder was hurt after that Brentford game. He's trying to take all the bullets for his players. Really short discussion here. Players are out on the field for the first game. The game just started. It's still Colonel. It's still 150 million spent. Whether or not it's a lot, whatever it is, it's the team will eventually pay for it with continued success. And Lukaku scoring a really easy goal. I don't remember it being that easy. Got some of the Arsenal women in the stands there.
Yeah.
I guess our Hobbs in Paris behind Josh. Lonzo puts a cross in. James takes the shot. Really easy. One thing they did not show is Marie. I don't understand why. As I recall, Marie is getting beat up all game. It's starting to rain here. This halftime speech. Let's hear what's going on here.
Oh, good.
Good holding.
Is it bad? I was at this game and I don't remember it raining like that.
Wait, was it covered? You were covered though, weren't you? So you
I was
all of that.
Yeah, I was covered. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, unless they put the right filter on, you wouldn't even know it's raining at some of these games. Because you never see it. They're talking about Lukaku basically beating up Marie. Yeah.
After this day, we saw Marie no more.
Yeah. Man, it's cursing, man. A lot of F words there. I think they're basically saying that we gave let Lukaku basically control our back line.
Yeah. Take the back line, yeah.
Yeah. That was Saka takes a shot and Mendy's able to get a hand on it. I mean, in fairness to Mendy, is right at him, but it was a really nice shot in the rain. That's a header from, I think, Holding. He's got no hair, so I guess that one is probably why it didn't go. It was off a little bit.
Also, with the Saka shot there, after the goal he scored against Mendy the year before, anything could happen.
It showed Aubameyang just missing an attempt. I don't think he put it on goal at all, on target. Lukaku heads it, and I think our center backs were just really poor that day. Lukaku got what he wanted. He didn't score, but he got what he wanted. Game over.
2 down. 36 to go. Yeah.
0 points, 0 goals. 4 goals scored. Going through some of the fans talking about Invincibles, and see they're in the locker room. Let's see. Some of the fans outside the stadium talking about Arteta being poor. But there's always the one fan.
There's always the one. I was about to say, there's always one on his own.
Give him some time. Russ would love this guy. Give him some time. Got the fans outside, I guess, screaming at Arteta's car as he's trying to drive off. Yeah, asking him, was that good enough? You got Vinay talking to Josh about winning.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing.
I'm just telling you what I see.
of all the people to go to Josh to talk about winning at the cover, it's in hiding them sort of roles. You wouldn't be Vinay, you'd be taking notice of. Let's be honest.
Man. Going through some of the tweets.
Maybe he's a double winning Invincible or Arteta, maybe.
Yeah. But getting on a plane, I guess, going to Manchester.
Oh, joy, another defeat. Yay.
How far away is Manchester?
Oh, from London to, in terms of if I was driving, from London to Manchester on a good day, around 6 to 7 hours, about 6 hours.
So it's probably like an hour and a half flight, probably.
Yeah, give or take, yeah.
They just arrived in Manchester. At the end. Well, I think Arsenal gets money for being in the Premier League and now being also in Europa, right? So
yeah,
probably not enough. But I mean, I think you have to spend money to make money, and the only way to do that is to, like you said, either take a loan out, credit, whatever it is. They've shown started the game here. Got Jesus and Bernardo Silva kind of going back and forth with each other. Jesus's cross hits Gundogan and they score. Leno gets beat at the near post. I guess I should say the far post. Yeah, Russ, they said one of the fans, I thought it was you, but it wasn't, talking about give him time. So putting in another ball into the box, and Torres scores this one.
This is just depressing.
You're like watching. It's like, where's our defense? What?
The goalkeeper as well. What was that?
It gets intercepted, and
there we go. 3, 2, 1.
Third goal. You've got.
I'm out of it, guys.
When you look at it from that view, you're like, I don't even think he touched him, right?
He made a read of it, but he sort of got in the way he did.
Yeah, he went in 2-footed for sure, but
it's effectively,
I didn't think he got him that bad.
No, Cancelo makes a big deal out of it. Don't get me wrong. But Jakov's reputation that he has with refs and all that.
I don't think he needed to do that, because usually I'm thinking, all right, you're down 2. The last thing you want to do is let him get behind you. Yeah. Going down to the ground isn't going to stop him from getting from behind you if you miss.
Fans walked out,
and if you hit him, then you just got a red card. So stay up on your feet is my thing.
Yeah, fans have walked out 2-0 after Xhaka gets red.
Yeah. It's funny. I was listening to a video today, and Ken was talking about, when he goes to matches, he just can't leave. And that's the one thing I said when this whole, when this whole regime started, there's a third goal going in right now.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if I could go to an Arsenal match if I had a chance now, because I can't just leave. I think I've left a game once, and it was because of the reasons why most fans are leaving. It's because it was terrible. But I haven't seen Arsenal play, so I can't just go to my first Arsenal match and walk out. You know what I mean? Just because everybody else is walking out, I got to see the whole thing, man. All 90 minutes of it, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. So, yeah, talking about the fans after the game, talking about the City match. Long cross comes in again, and Torres is on the end of this one. 5-0 Arsenal is down to City. And Pep looks sad. Beat his team. Header, BX Gunner.
Yeah, I honestly think he probably thought he got his old mate the sack there because of
What?
I think, but with Pep, the way he got up there, looking the way he looked, like not exactly jumping for joy.
Yeah, I don't think
I
he
think
likes.
he probably thought that that result would have got Arteta the boot because of how the season has started for us.
Yeah, most definitely could have gotten him fired. I mean, worst start in Arsenal's history or last 50 years or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and he can't tell his players to just turn it off. And I don't think they could. At some point, they're going to have to put the ball in the box. And we had no resistance there. Yeah. Good Arteta talking about
that Man City game was weird because I remember with the back, apart from obviously Zidane in goal, we were playing like Seed Klasky match in the back three.
Yeah, we went to the back three, which actually made sense. But then it seemed like we were still playing like we had. We could actually get something out of this game, and it was like, no, the right now I think we're just trying to save face. The last thing you want to do is get embarrassed. Didn't do that. Give yourself an opportunity to score. I don't think we did that. I don't remember us feeling like we could score, and definitely going down a man was not an option. Got Arteta talking to Josh in London Colney now. I've experienced that a lot. He's talking about people trying to fracture the Arsenal group. That was funny.
Yeah, one of them lives in Spain, mate. We were born and raised.
They're smiling, but you could see like Josh is probably not too happy about what he saw. He smiled and then he just like looked off into the distance, like.
Yeah. We're all off in drug, but any more of this, you're gonna have to go, mate.
Yeah.
Fuck your ideas up and sort yourself out.
Oh, that's right. We have one more signing coming in.
Yeah, deadline date was Tomiyasu.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the window; it's a good window, but you're just like, I mean, you spread it out and caused a lot more pain than you needed to. I don't think any of these players needed to wait. We needed to wait that long to bring them in, based on the activity that we did.
Well, Tomiyasu itself.
No money came in, right? No money came in that you go, all right, that's gonna.
Yeah.
It's going to hold up a player from leaving because you ended up letting people go for next to nothing. So,
also Tomiyasu, that was a sort of deal that came out of nowhere in terms of there was no rumor or link to him until deadline day. Yeah. So that's clearly, as I say, that deals like that could have been done. Well, we proved it this year itself. Most of our business has been done before pre-season or one or two additions during, but it's allowed them time to come in, settle in, ready for the season.
Yeah. So now they went from Leno in the box taking practice, and then to Ramsdale basically as the transition of goalkeeper. Yeah, happens. So got Arteta talking to. I'm not sure who he's talking. Oh, talking to the staff.
Coaching staff, yeah.
Yeah. The one thing he talks about is press, which is interesting because we always feel like we don't. So either they're not listening, because I heard him just talk about pressing and then getting, and sometimes you watch Arsenal, you're like, no, I don't think they're following his instruction.
No.
That's Steve Round, right? Talking there? Yeah. Now he's gone. Is that right? He left during this season, or is he still there? I can't remember.
I think he's still there.
Okay.
We'll find it tomorrow. The coaches will try it and all that.
Got Henri talking now again. Top 4.
Yeah, he's saying basically for anyone that's not watched it, he's just saying it's unfair. It's unfair for people to compare different teams, different areas, this, that, and the other. But the bare minimum is to get in top 4. This team has to get top 4. Da, 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 da. And now we've got fans talking.
Yeah. I mean, top 4 is like the bare minimum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got some fans talking about how poor the start was and how their parents saw a much better Arsenal than they are seeing right now.
And basically have to tell their sons and nephews and all that. This ain't the Arsenal. Trust me, I've known better. I've watched my team win the league title multiple times.
Yeah, no, definitely. So if you are watching it, we are on minute 30, 39, 25. So
yeah, 14 minutes.
Practice, yeah.
I was going to message you in the morning and ask you if you're available. Yeah, if you're available, definitely let me know on WhatsApp in a bit, and I'll send you a link tomorrow for that. Sam's going to get back to me as well. Melvin's let me know in the morning as well. And yeah, I think Gary's letting me know. The second half you're available, definitely. First half it's 50-50. And Liam's going to pop in every now and then as well during the match.
Yeah, I mean they're just talking here, and Ben White sounds like he's gonna be the one that's gonna have to lead the back line. And I don't think anybody. I think from the outside thinking about this, I don't think anybody thought that he would be able to do that, being that he has similar experiences than they do. Right. Got Xhaka talking. Just called him a freak in a positive way. Yeah. You won't be available tomorrow, Mr. Tom. Is that what you're talking about? You don't want to not gonna be watching Arsenal? Yeah. So they just at the game. You got Erdegaard talking about Arteta. So
yeah, Mr. Tom's got more things to worry about on Saturday when his beloved Leeds play. They start their season off with. I don't even know if Bradford's able actually. We've got no Rafinha, no Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, I think I did ask Mr. Tom how he feels about the squad, and I mean I think they kind of fill as many holes as they can and depth and all of that. So I think if they're healthy, they could be all right, but it's going to take them a while to get not only healthy but playing together.
Well, it could be worse. It could be an Everton fan.
Yeah,
they've got no strikers now.
Yep.
Richarlison's there.
Yeah.
Calvert-Lewin's injured again.
Yeah. You've got Lacazette talking about if they lose this third game, it'll be the worst start ever.
The Norwich game.
Saka is expecting us to score 3 goals. And Arteta said nobody scores. Saka says like the coach said, clean sheet.
Rather concerning that Saka thought Norwich will score against us, though. I know he was in bad form, but come on.
For me, it's just you know your squad, right?
Yeah.
The chances of us being able to go without a clean sheet, it seems slim, just because we keep saying we can't say we're young on the offensive side and not young on the defensive side. So that lapse is on both sides of the ball, right? Both sides of the pitch. So everything's new on the squad, right? Aubameyang and Partey, the senior, and Xhaka, the senior players. You've got Ramsdale's parents going to the game. Yeah. Somebody said that Ramsdale's dad, they really liked him. So.
Seen a lot of Aaron in this first episode, though, in terms of interviews. Sit down interview with the producers and all that.
His dad seems is really happy that he's starting. He used a couple of expletives there.
Certain words that Gary can't repeat. We can't repeat them anyway. It's a family channel.
Yeah.
Until tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bates gonna. Yeah, I won a jersey.
Yeah. Over on the
Laguna Pod.
The Goodness podcast, a 27-hour podathon.
Yeah, I haven't not got any email conversation about that yet, but I expect to soon.
He's catching up with his sleep. But
no, he's catching on his sleep for sure. No, he did a show today, so he's up. He's up. Yeah. Ramsdale's dad's got a beer in his hand. So, yeah. Talks about he wouldn't be anywhere. He wouldn't be anywhere on a pitch right now without his parents, which I think most players would probably say is the exact same thing. Especially the way that football works over there for you guys in Europe, right? Your parents. I mean, it's the same here for like basketball.
Yeah,
kids always their parents have to drive them to basketball camps and basketball games and all that stuff. So soccer over here isn't as big, but you do have to do some traveling if you're really one of the better players. So they're showing Leno here. He definitely looks professional, knowing that he just lost his job and maybe he doesn't know he's lost it forever. Ted has got the whiteboard out.
The famous whiteboard it becomes to be known as.
Yeah, it's hard to tell when you see the players like looking. Whether are they actually? Is this actually the same time that he's writing the stuff on the board, or if it's just like they just took some videos, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. Like all the water bottles and the Gatorade containers are all kind of lined up perfectly on the table. So, I'm talking about when he had his heart surgery.
Yeah,
like I think everybody's seen that on the trailer.
Yeah,
it's crazy, right? He's got heart issues at a young age, still able to become a professional football player, and a lot of us have no issues. That could never even come close. So you always have to marvel at being able to be a professional. But as a fan, you can still scream at them, no matter how challenging it is to get to that spot. It just comes with the job.
Then the thing is, to add to that as well, after retirement, what's he going to do? What's going to management and all that?
Yeah.
His first job as the main man, one of the biggest jobs in the country.
Yep, and yeah, no pressure, right? No pressure to get Arsenal back to where people think they need to be, and the fans deserve to see them return to that place. So, lots of with owners who have never experienced it, right? So, Oh, you getting your kit? So did you order it, BX Gunner?
Oh, does BX win one as well? Did he?
I don't know. I know they talked about BX because he was in like every time they had a new session, he was there. So they definitely
can't put the commitment in that case.
Yeah, I think he's getting at least a coin, if not, because I don't think he won, but I think he Sophie from the Highbury squad ended up getting him a present or something like that. So we'll see. Arteta's taking all the responsibility, so we'll see. Players are clapping their hands. Ramsdale getting ready in his orange kit.
Yeah, the bell's gone off. Time for school.
No, I look at this to that bell. I'm like, wait a second, is that what they do before the game? So Arsenal and Norwich. I get this game confused with the next game when we play Burnley.
Cool.
The game started here. Got Sambi puts a long ball in. Maitland-Niles even started. Tell you how far we've come, right? Maitland-Niles can't get a game for us now. Starting,
Not even wanted anymore, is he?
I think Tomiyasu starts the first game. I think he's available to start. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that those times they're showing those times when Norwich is having opportunities to put the ball in a box, and luckily for them, nothing good came out of it for them. And, that's Aaron's touch inside the box there. I was right. This escapes the defender and gets it out of there.
Pads up.
His dad's hard. It's hard to take. Maitland-Niles to Aubameyang. Aubameyang out on the far left. Brings it inside. Steps over the ball. Saka gets deflected out. Got Milser Ferrell. To Thomas. Partey to Saka. Saka.
Pepe.
Saka to Pepe. Pepe, it comes off the post.
And Pepe again.
Pepe again, and it gets deflected and hits off the post again and deflects again, and then Aubameyang's there eventually to tap it in. Tap in, Merchant, right?
Yeah.
So Pepe, and you think about Pepe, that's what we want from Pepe, right? Exactly that. How often do we see that? Takes the ball out there on the white outside, takes a shot and is able to attack the ball. Never gives up on it. I think he had 3 opportunities to score, and the ball falls to Aubameyang for a nice little tip, and we're up. Well, we got a goal and a clean sheet. 4 matches in, right? Is it 4 matches in?
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
Got it. 3 points and a goal. All right. Goal difference is starting to turn in our direction, right? It's only what? -7?
-8.
8. Oh, yeah. Trying to be nice.
Yeah, because it was 2-0, 2-0, 5-0.
That's right. All right, so we're about 2 minutes left in this. He doesn't even sound right when he uses bad language. That's why I don't use bad language, because it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't say 100% fans, but I would say you definitely got some. Because now the games that we've got, they are almost wins.
Yeah. So one thing Arteta does talk about is the getting the fans on his side. Not sure how he felt he was going to do that without winning matches, because that's the only thing that matters. So talk about the North London Derby now. So how do you want to do this? I think I don't. Because it's ending here. It's like a minute left. Go to the next episode.
How long's that one?
I think it. Let me. I'll just click it so we can see how much time.
Yeah.
I think this one, if I recall, is like 30. I think 30 minutes. Yeah, 36 minutes.
Yeah, we'll do this one. We'll do episode 3 and over the weekend or whenever.
All right, cool. So we are now in episode 2. We're just starting 15 seconds in. Players are on a bus ride to that team. They're making it seem like it's a long drive. They're driving through the. They're going to train now. I thought it was a.
There's a
bus. There's a bus. There's like a.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going through the country. Is it really that far away?
Burnley, yeah.
Oh, Burnley. Sorry. You know what? I saw Tottenham. I almost said the word. I saw that team name. All right, Burnley. Okay. 460 miles and they took the bus, huh? So yeah, episode 2. Players just arrived at Burnley. I'm gonna have to get the stadium names right. I know you guys.
Turf Moor.
There you go. I should know this stuff at some point. I'm not good with remembering stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to know Turf Moor anymore. They're relegated, so it's cool. They're gone.
Now I have to learn 3 more. I think Craven's Cottage is one I have to remember.
Craven Cottage is for them. The Vitality Stadium is Bournemouth.
Okay.
The City Ground is Nottingham Forest.
All right. Yeah. I barely even know the ones that are the stage, right? So bear with me.
There's a toilet bowl down
free
the
kick
road.
from Partey. Let's see what he did. Oh no, it's from looked like it was Partey, but it was Erdegaard. Yeah. Very nice over the left of the wall, right in the back corner. Yeah, but I am slacking. I don't know my Arsenal history and the Premier League home grounds. You know what? There's only so much I can put in this brain of mine, you know? I still have memories of of really, really poor Arsenal strikers in my head. Ugh. So Arsenal wins this one. They scored in the 30th minute. Weren't able to score again against Burnley. I mean, get the win, but it's just disappointing. You go 60 minutes and not able to get another goal in, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it was with Burnley in their last spell in the Premier League. Especially at home and most of the time home and away, but especially away to Burnley. We always found it difficult going there. You
guys say that all the time about pretty much every stadium. It can't be that all the time because they all have.
I'm saying in respect of Burnley itself, Burnley away for some reason, Arsenal we made hard work of it for some reason. Without in titles.
Yeah, so just had a little intro there, and here we go. I believe that is Aubameyang's car at the Barbers.
Yeah, 48 hours before the North London derby. Yep, getting the star.
Getting the star put into his head. He's going to tell us why he has put a star into his hairstyle.
He's going to go Chelsea. Been linked to them today.
That's true. So, I think the star is to remember his grandfather. Passed away 6 years ago.
That day I remember I scored twice for him.
So
that's why since then I do something for him, and so he's my star.
Yep. So the star's in remembrance of his grandfather. Scored 2 goals when he passed away. Him talking to his kids at the barbershop. Yeah, asked him about the score.
Yeah, producers asked him, how much would he like to score on Sunday?
Okay, yeah.
Look at Colony again.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're 5 minutes into the second episode here.
Yeah.
30 minutes to go.
All you have to have is, I'm going to give you 45 seconds. You have to try to memorize what is there. Guys, it's not a competition.
They're doing a little
You get it wrong, don't worry.
mental challenge here.
Mm.
We've got players' positions on the Nicola Pepe looks like he's like, oh no, a test. He's that kid in the back of the room, like, oh no, we're having a test today. I don't know I didn't study for it. There's nothing to study for. I'm still stressed, and that doesn't surprise us, does it? Yeah. Going through a memory exercise.
And that means the players need to know where each other are. It's all good on the left. And here.
Yeah.
Okay, would you say, guys, that the majority of you could get the right section almost 100%, and you would struggle?
I think on two sides of the board, they've got like a layout of the field with players and numbers associated with them. When they're in the orders that you're typically expecting them to be, you remember them, but when they're not, you don't. But Arteta's, I guess, thought is it shouldn't matter what the numbers are. It should matter where they are. You know, you should know where everybody is on the pitch, regardless of their number. So.
The message here today is how important it is for everybody to understand.
Yeah, one sec, mate, one sec.
Yeah. You want me to pause? I'll pause while he steps away. Like I said, this first couple of episodes are a little slow. Got Arteta trying to give these players a little exercise. I think essentially the exercise is you need to know where everybody is on the pitch. And then the way you do that is if you not memorize it, but you see it over and over and over again, so it becomes easy. This is what I always say, they're hopefully doing this stuff in practice, right? So they don't have to think about it too much in the game. It's just instinct, all right? As I said, I did watch. I kind of watched some of this earlier. So seeing it again is kind of reinforces some of the things. It's kind of cool. So we'll wait for Ryan to come back here. Yeah, so we got this game tomorrow. Arsenal should, and it sounds like if I recall, Tomiyasu, Milsruf, Vieira, or Tierney, three of them are going to be practicing. I don't know if anybody heard whether or not if they actually did practice, and if there was any reports afterwards. It'd be nice to have them coming out, being on the bench. More than likely, I wouldn't even want to play them. For me, they haven't really done anything all preseason. I kind of find it weird to be able to bring them back as soon as they're healthy. I think let them get acclimated to actually practicing with the team starting Monday, I guess. So no rush at all. We can bring them back later. Yeah, I could see rush to them, but I mean, I think they need to. At least for me, I don't know if it's there's three of them. Yeah, I kind of feel like whoever's ready needs to come in, but they got to be ready, right? They have to be ready. If there's any doubts, then forget about it. Let them rest more. But I mean, they've been resting, not necessarily resting, but they've been out of football for at least since preseason started, right? So Tierney got like 30 minutes, and I'm not sure if anybody else did of those three other players. So rested is not the problem. I think healthy and ready to go is the problem, right? Once they're ready to give you 30 minutes, then they should be in the squad. And hopefully that grows and grows and grows till they're ready to go, because it'd be nice to have them coming off the bench and not see a drop-off in quality. So what is it? It's almost 11:30 for you guys over there in the UK. Over here, it's about 6:30. After this, I think I'm going to go get some dinner before I have my show later on with Arsenal Fan Circle, for those that are still up. Where did Ryan go? I should just start this thing, right? I'll give them a minute, and then we'll get back started here. But like I said, they're right now doing that little mental challenge. Where did he go? Yeah. Like I said, I did watch all of these, and it definitely starts to pick up in the second one, and then the third one I think is really good. You get a lot more, and the whole key to this thing for me is you want to hear those interactions that happen after, not when they're not, you want to hear those interactions outside of what we see on the TV, right? Yeah, definitely need to. Yeah, Mr. Tom Arsenal fan circle. You're funny, but yeah, no, we need to get these 3 points. That should be definitely something the players should be expecting to get, not like thinking they can get it, just expecting it, right? Yeah. Did Ryan fall asleep on us? I'm gonna give him another minute, and then I'll continue. Yeah. Yeah, we have some fun on the show. Why not? Welcome to the show. We are just going through the. We're actually on episode 2 of All or Nothing. Ryan stepped away. I don't think he's going to step away for that long. I don't know if he's. I think he's coming back, so we'll give him. It's been 2 minutes now. It seems like a long time. What's Pryor level? I don't know what that means. Why not? Richard Pryor? Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of fun. I don't think we're definitely not Richard Pryor level, if that's what you mean. But yeah, 3 points on Friday is definitely has to be what we get. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think Crystal Palace isn't healthy. It hasn't had a really good preseason from what most have seen. But if you talk to a lot of their fans, I think they said that a lot of things that they did was kind of split the squad up a little bit, so you don't know really how they're going to be as one, which is interesting. Yeah. All right, Russ, thanks for joining us. Definitely see you tomorrow. Yes, during the game, I'll definitely be there for the second half. First half, I'm not sure. But yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Gallagher's lost, but you talk to I listened to some of the Crystal Palace fans talking, and Conor Gallagher leaving is bad, but I think they feel confident that the drop off as a whole isn't going to be noticed, right? So, and I think that for me is why Vieira, I guess some will say is a better manager than Arteta. They lose a really, really quality player, and it doesn't seem, they don't feel like they've lost, it's the end of the world. And that's what should happen, right? Partey goes down, and we should feel like we still have an answer for that. And I don't feel like we do. We have answers now for Tomiyasu and Tierney, but for Partey, I don't think we have a good answer or a good formation that works with the players we got, right? So I'm going to start this thing back up because I definitely do have to go and eat some dinner myself. And I know the longer we go on, it's going to be really late for Ryan. So we'll get started. I'll try to catch him up, and we'll go from there. So, like I said, we're like 7 minutes in, and Arteta's talking about his low memory exercise. And it's kind of interesting because he's talking about things that you would expect. Everybody should know where everybody is on the pitch, regardless of what's going on. So they're just showing the table, and that team is sitting at 7. About to do their the squad picture here. Yeah. I just showed the
Yeah, sorry about that. Right now. Oh dear.
That's fine. Not much has happened. Players are taking their pictures.
Russ is off to bed. Off to the end and nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Russ. Big day tomorrow. Big day. Save all your energy for the evening.
Yeah.
Oh.
Talking about Arsenal fan circle being about comedy. Now they're just showing Milsroof Rowe in his younger days, showing his ball
15,
control, which is interesting. You see his ball control, and you're like, that's pretty cool. And
he was 15 apparently,
yeah,
16.
Yeah. I mean, some of that ball control is really good. You're like, damn, is he getting held back by Arsenal? Because you can do that at 15, and come on.
Yeah.
That means he's been doing this for what, 6 years now? Not 6 years. No, 6 years, right? He's 22.
Yeah, 22 now. Just
so at least 6 years he's been. You would expect him to get better at that. So
he's on the verge of he's just shy. 21 now, but it'll be 22 in a few weeks.
So you just got to keep him healthy, man. I think that's the key. Said his dad's is a fan of the other side.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of people, saw him and his mom, and it was like, oh, cool. You're talking about our dog, kind of talking about him. Yes, sir. Being a shy player. Yeah, they're showing that shot from Emil from outside the box, curls it around the defenders, and then people trying to say that was Arteta. When Arteta was, I think he might have been still playing. Right?
All the kids version to one now.
Yeah, I mean, Arteta has done some things for these players, but I don't think it's some of the talents that we're talking about. Is Conte actually an extra, surplus at Chelsea? I mean, I don't. I kind of feel like they can't just, he would have played, and you wouldn't want to just let go. Yeah,
I think he's more injury prone nowadays. Though. That's the thing with Conte because the older he's got 29, 31.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though. You don't play him as much, so then you get the best out of him when he plays, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Chelsea does, right?
Yeah, that's just they literally nowadays saving for the big games.
Yeah, and that if he's professional enough that you bring him in, you're going to get a really good game out of him. You just don't have to use him the next one. So I saw somebody talking about Emil Smith Rowe and whether or not, depending on how this year goes, whether Arsenal keeps him.
Oh, it stays.
Huh?
I think if with Smith Rowe, I think it'll be more of a game time side of thing for him. If his game time lessens this season, gets less than last season, he might get a bit uneasy about that.
And I was just talking about Saka when he was 8 years old, joining Arsenal Academy. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, right? We talk about the youth at Arsenal, and then there you got like a Bukayo Saka who is an anomaly, right? Nobody goes from the academy straight into the first team and holds on to a spot a couple years later.
Yeah,
So
quickly as well. It wasn't like he broke in and he had to wait a couple of years. As you say, wait a couple of years. It was literally he broke in. Yeah. And he nailed his spot within a year and a half of breaking into the team.
And that was the thing, right? He came in and he can play a right back. Or I think he played he played whatever 8 positions in that 1 year or whatever, and you never felt like you lost something by playing him on the pitch, right? So then you're like everybody's like he needs to find his spot quickly, before he gets labeled as a just a well-rounded player and not a good player. So,
utility player, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as you say, he's like playing right wing back, left wing back, fucking left midfield, right midfield, down the middle, in the other guard, Smith Rowe. So it's at one point.
This is interesting here. They got Emil Rowe going in there talking with Albert, doing some video work.
Like it's about the previous game he played, yeah. Going into the North London derby.
He's a little. I kind of felt like that would be me going into a conversation with somebody who's supposed to help me and being shy and really low.
Yeah,
kind of that's what we're seeing out of Emil Rowe. So, this is interesting doing the video session talking about the positive Emil Rowe and the things he, I guess the things he doesn't do, right? Doesn't utilize his quickness when he should. And, that's why you look at when you saw Albert take over the squad. You're like, it's doing things a little bit different than Arteta. This thing could show Albert in a different light to many. You've got Saka talking to, I think, Carlos Huerta, I think is what his name is.
That's the one. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
Young.
What's the name? What's it, the condition coach, something like that?
Okay.
I think so. I can't remember now. There's so many coaches now. It's too many.
Yeah, because I kind of looked. They had a list of all. Individual. Yeah. So he does individual work with the players, which is what's cool about the way football and what's way sports is right now, right?
Yeah.
So. She's talking about basically going into this game really confident. So. Some fans in the barbershop talking.
When you win it, it's amazing. But when you lose it, it's the worst.
When we have a game, that is so important. The tension usually gets to the base. It's so scary. North London Derby is the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, aiming a little high in Kent. As I say, he's on the wrong side of his age as well, career-wise. He doesn't fit the profile we go after nowadays either. So it wouldn't make any sense. It would just go completely against the run of play that we've been doing transfer-wise, and we could potentially screw things up. Plus, you're paying a lot of money in wages as well for a player.
They're showing some of the North London derbies with the cheering, the fighting, the terrible tackles from the other squad, from our squad.
Oh, here we go.
They're showing Henry taking the ball down the right-hand side and basically just making that team look really silly. Really silly. And then he puts the ball in the far left corner and nobody lets it roll. And then everybody on the defense hesitates just a second. Boom. Opens up. Yeah.
Know the image that goes about from this. Obviously, where Henry's at, in fact, doing that, you got in the image the Tottenham fans giving him certain gestures, so we say, and you got the stewards, the Arsenal stewards there, like trying to keep things under control. I met one of them stewards a couple of years ago before I think it was 2 months before Arteta came in at the Europa League game, and basically they say that basically I'd want talk about that image and that. Yeah, I've got the phone case as well from one of my old phones. It's like, oh yeah, I was working that day, and I was a steward back then. Obviously, he's retired now, but yeah, since he's retired, he's become a season ticket holder as a part of his a thank you for his work and all that. But I thought that was really interesting. Of all people to bump into, obviously in that steward wise, be the one that's in the image like that, turning around as an Arsenal fan, trying to keep that lot under control, whilst Henri's just baiting them like, yeah, and what? I just destroyed your team.
Cool. I just started the video back up here. We're like 17 minutes and 20 seconds in. Henri's talking.
Yeah.
So talking about
that lot.
Yeah. Talking about restoring the Arsenal DNA. You say the DNA is just to win. I don't know. I think a lot of people have a lot more to say about the DNA besides winning. I think when they talk about DNA, they talk about all this other stuff, not just the whole. Just win. If you win, all the other stuff comes along. Yeah, Colonel. Yeah, I hear you. I kind of listen to everybody because they all have something to say about Arsenal that I can take a little bit away from. So I don't listen to everybody every day, but I don't stay away from certain people for a particular reason. So I know how I think about this thing. So I think some people like how I think about it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about how the academy kids, Arsenal AFC, it's written on their skull or on their foreheads, I guess, when he sees them. 90 minutes before the North London derby, players are walking in, youngsters. Aubameyang with his headphones on. And like I said as well, I don't know this music. No competition, whatever that is. I don't know. Not sure why they had to talk about it, but just like brought up, this is the music they're playing. I kind of don't care about that stuff. I want to hear what they're saying, what they're doing.
Well, North London derby, they're coming very calm and quiet, haven't they?
They don't. Yeah, they look like they should be happy to be playing in this thing, right? Off 2 wins.
Well, at least Pierre turned up on time.
Yes, he does. He's on time.
Oh dear! But he seems to be running the world.
Oh, here we go. The whiteboard's coming
back out again.
You are fully prepared, guys. I'm so convinced. I see it, I feel it. I saw it in training, I see it where you are, in your faces. I just want to talk about one thing today in the game, the way I see it. You are prepared physically, you are really prepared tactically, you are prepared technically, the understanding between you guys is top. I'm just telling you something really important today's game.
He just talks about the team being ready to play tactically, physically, mentally, all of that. Now he's about to draw something. Oh, this is right. This is the heart versus brain visual that he puts out there. Arms and legs and faces.
Little faces, yeah.
How much you want to fire yourself and commit yourself in that game. They want to provoke you in the game. Boyven, Hurricane, Dele Alli, Dyer,
naming all of the
that looks
players. And what they're going to try to do and get in your head, which is true.
Yeah.
Which you listen to this and you go,
so what did you tell them?
What did you tell them in the other match, right? Because if you tell them that at home, what do you tell them on the road? Because
that's what scares me now.
Right, because when I saw this earlier, I was like, "How are you saying this? What did you say to these guys later on in the season?" Right?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly the conversation that should have happened then. So, like, yeah. So, I mean, I think he says some good things, but he's got to be consistent with it because it matters every game, every day. So, you said, watch, make sure this team doesn't get in your head. Just showing some of those players walking in. Yeah. Ugh, yuck. We don't like that guy. He dives. And he kicks people in the head. As we find out later in the season.
And breaks people's ankles and cries about it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
He's
a nice guy, though. He's a nice guy. We can't say a bad word about him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, you got the players coming out for warm-ups now. Yeah. Oh yeah, Xhaka was out on suspension.
Oh yeah,
we lost him. We missed him from the City game. So we're back to our strong 11.
Strongest 11 at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing it's weird is watching the view from this documentary, then remembering how it was from the actual, from what we got to see as fans, and it's like you really can't see things build, because like the way that we scored in this game, it built up from the back, right from midfield. They just gave us everything, and we just built up our attack and scored. And the view that they show you don't actually see how we how lax, how poor they were in the midfield, and we just took advantage of it like we're supposed to. So a helicopter going in the air, I'm not sure. All right, so back in the locker room, 30 minutes before kickoff here. For those that are joining us, we're 24 minutes into the video. We've got Cedric and like I said, what do they call that?
Keep you up, please.
Keep it up, please. Is that what you said?
Keep you ups.
PP ups, yeah. Like I said, is sitting down because he's an old man, and Cedric is standing up.
He's sort of Aubameyang out of all of them is in his own little world, isn't he?
Yeah.
Everyone's sort of interacting with everyone else, and he's just there. As the club captain as well, by the way. Sort of away from it, like keeping himself to himself there.
Yeah, they kind of they're showing, I don't know if they're trying to forecast, but they're like making it seem like he's by himself when you got Saka on one side of you, like I said, on the other side of him, but there's nobody there, just put his jersey on. So Balogun just walked by. And fans are cheering. Here we go. Oh, Arsenal, we love you. Got Henry in the stands. And here comes the speech.
10 minutes before kickoff. So back in from the warm-up. So he grabbed Stuart's camera and walked in with it and went, "Wait, Stuart, get over here."
So Stuart's about to give his speech.
This is my club. Fucking love this one. Fucking love all of you. 30 years over some unbelievable players, world-class players, great teams. And look at you lot. This is a great team. This is a great team. I've been a fan all my life. This is what we have to do. We have to go out and win. This is me. I'm the fan. This lot outside, they would do anything to fucking win today. Look at them. You go out first fucking tackle. Listen to the crowd. They will fucking be on you straight away. Score. You look in their faces. Look at the emotion. Look how much they love you. Show them how much you love them. Okay?
Guys, we are so privileged to
This is a good speech for a photographer. But
It's different. It works. It clearly worked.
yeah.
It does explain, though, obviously, after all this time, why Arteta was doing what he was doing at the end of the game, though. Obviously, went to Stuart and his old man Stuart going, now we know why.
Mm.
It took us nearly 8-9 months later to find out.
Players are coming out there.
Right?
And ball's kicked. And we're off. 27 minutes into this thing here. We've got Erdogan through the middle. Puts it out to Saka. Saka gets it cross in, and Emil Smith-Rowe did just tap it home. Very nice. 12 minutes in. Very nice. The youngsters touch the ball, and we score. It's crazy because I thought we had a striker, and the striker, I don't know if I didn't see him in the picture, but I wasn't looking for him. He went, his striker's not up there, and you got everybody else up there. So there you go.
Yeah. Oh, here we go again.
You got it. Smith-Rowe takes the ball down the left side.
Cuts it back.
Taps it back to Aubameyang. Aubameyang puts it home. Aubameyang's, 5-10 feet behind him. Coming through the middle. He puts the ball in the far corner, and there's the goal, and there's a slide. Very nice. And that's the thing, right? You've got a striker, but we have to you have to pass the ball back to him sometimes. Yeah. And I'm like, why do we shouldn't have to do that. Smith-Rowe put the ball out to Saka. Saka comes inside. He tries to pass it. It falls back to him, and he puts it in the far corner. 34 minutes in, Arsenal's up 3-0. Very nice. 35 minutes, and we're done. We're happy.
Saka's very happy.
Yes. But he talked about scoring in the derby during they had their breakfast or whatever. He said talking about scoring in it.
Half time.
Yeah.
Very somber.
I don't know what we were saying, but I can only assume it's like, all right, we need to put it away now and come out and score one more just to shut them up, right? We can't let them back into this game. It isn't like they don't have two world-class players on their squad. I don't know how you feel, but whenever anytime people bring up that team, they don't necessarily bring up the fact that they have two world-class players on their team.
Yeah.
And not too many players, not too many teams in the Premier League have two.
Yeah, like I say, not many teams do have two world-class players and don't win stuff. Whereas we haven't had that for a while now. We're getting there.
When you take that, you put that you take that out of the equation, and things are equal. But you start with that. You're far ahead than anybody, right?
Yeah.
When they start on any team that they go to, right? You're not bringing them in to sit.
Yeah.
Now we're back into the second half here, and as I said, can we get out of can we put this game away? Smith-Rowe goes to the middle, dribbles around a little bit. Loses. Cross comes in. Aubameyang heads it back and expected a handball, I guess. That didn't come. Harry Kane tried to score, and Ramsdale helps usher it out. There, Ray Cassim. And there we go. First goal, Reguilon to Son, and they score 79 minutes in. Yuck. It's when your stomach starts to turn. Why? They scored a goal. They hit a post, and we luckily got out of there 3-1. Hey, what are you supposed to do? You guys are listening. If I don't tell you what's happening, what's the point of you listening to me?
Yeah, it'd be rather boring if we just sit and watch it, and you just watch.
I just give you some eye act. You want to hear me talk. It's a good game from Emil Smith-Rowe, Erdogan, Saka, right?
Yeah.
They all had something to do with all these scores. Very nice. Emil Smith-Rowe with a goal and an assist. All right. So, yeah. You got Arsenal fans outside talking about London is red. So yeah, got about 4 minutes left in this thing. Yeah, this was a good day. Yeah, players are happy.
Yeah, Emma's very happy.
Status quo
Here
song.
we go.
That's right. Here we go.
Here we go. There we go. Here we go.
There we go.
Saka Look to
they showed Marie in his civvies, as they say. He hasn't played. So yeah. Yeah, got the
she was good.
So you said he was hugging him at the end just because he said the halftime speech or the pregame speech. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, it seems like it because obviously after the game, when you're watching it back, and the Sky and all that over in the UK were touching on it.
Yeah.
They kept showing the image of obviously Arteta putting his arm around him in the middle of the pitch, pointing to the walls of fans like it's because of him. And now we know why.
And you've got the photographer got Aubameyang's jersey.
As a thank you and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Appreciation.
So all the players in the locker room getting a picture and fans leaving the stadium. And this song is playing in the background here.
North London is red tonight. After win the 200.
It's always red.
Coming to the end. No one is red tonight, they said, as if it had changed, right?
Season continues. Arsenal are beginning to reconnect with their
it was good. If you think about that up to this point, really good turnaround from where we started. And to get this win the way we did, really good. Fans cheering Emil Smith-Rowe and Saka song as they walk out the stadium. Now a little Now we're going into the Liverpool match. That's the preview for the next one.
Episodes.
So we'll get into that one another time.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that one's going to be a lot longer than the second episode. So we'll have a lot to say about that. You've got Ramsdale showing you a little bit.
And it begins the Aubameyang drop.
And there's a precursor to that. You hear about Arteta talking about not everybody gets to play. So you can only think what he means by that. I don't think Why Not was impressed with the photographer getting to have a talk in the mid to start off the game. Just saw his comment there. So that's the first two episodes of All or Nothing. As I said, I think they could have done with a lot more. We could have done with a lot more, but
especially as you say, the first episode is so long, and then the second episode is solely based on the North London derby, and it's like it's just solely based on it. But it didn't really delve into too much behind the scenes. Like touch here, touch there. But the next thing you know, it's the majority of the actual episode was on the day itself, and it was just like okay, There's what I would have liked to see was like the next day to finish on the next day what they did in terms of what their discussions were, what they could improve on, were they happy, this, that, and the other. That little bit stay and end on that, and then go into the next time sort of thing. Yeah. Now, like I said, the first one was a little bit. They didn't show much. They didn't show you much, but then it does pick up, I believe. So we'll see a little bit more. I've got to say, we've seen it in the first two episodes. It does seem like straight from the off, the idea was for Amazon and the club to focus on the likes of Saka, Emil, and Aaron. and occasionally dropping on the captain and all that. But the young players, basically young and up and coming, the future of the club, they're the ones that the club wanted Amazon to sort of focus on. And as I say, in terms of when Evan makes his debut against Norwich, his family all turn up on the day. I love his dad. I love his dad. Like, I'm out of here. Fuck, he started. It's too much for my heart. I'm going to get a drink.
Yeah.
And the excitement. I mean, bless the guy as well. When he found he got the match day program, and obviously Aaron was on there. He's on the program. He's on the joy he got from that, like the joy and the proudness of his son, not just playing for the Arsenal, starting for the Arsenal, his debut, but he's on the match day program. Just like all the emotions came in one.
Yep.
That's
No, that is cool. And you just, I mean, if you have kids and you think about that, it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, you're going to be playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. One of the biggest clubs, definitely in England.
Mr. Tom's asking, did you learn anything you didn't know already from the first two episodes we've seen? Arteta swears a lot.
Yeah, he does. He says he's got a dirty mouth.
Aside from that, again, I said one of the main reasons I was looking forward to this was to see what he said to the players before, during, and after games. Basically, what speeches he was giving these players, and how was he motivating them and all that, getting them out of these sticky situations we're going to see throughout the season, on and off.
Yeah, no, I mean, you listen to him sometimes, like that doesn't motivate you. I mean, like I said, I watched the third one when we'll get into it, and you'll hear a little bit about some of his pregame speeches, and you'll be able to kind of figure out kind of what kind of manager he is and how those players react to what he has to say. So
yeah, in terms of obviously it's Stuart, the club photographer, making that speech on North London Derby. I've seen a few. Obviously, we've all seen the clip anyway because of part of the promo. They sort of used that promo in the last couple of days. I've seen a few people have a bit of a moan. Only a few. Majority have been sort of, what that made sense. Like, good on Stuart and this, that, and the other. I'm on the side of literally saying that it was a clever idea. It's something different. It's something smart. It made sense. It wasn't like he's asking a club photographer who has no connection to the club to do it. It's not just he's a club photographer. He works for the club. He's worked for us over 3 decades. But he's a fan. He's also a fan of the club as well. He knows what it means to us fans. He was speaking on our behalf, and Arteta utilised that. And I don't see a problem in that. It worked, but like you say, where was this come fucking May?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, when I saw this the first time, I was like, that is interesting, because I'm like, all right, so let's see, because then you think about what what happened later in the season, similar situation, coming off a bad stretch, and you need some good things to happen for you, and you didn't see it. It's like, why?
Colonel saying, I did learn the second Numa Smith Rowe song is way better than he first thought. No, we've got why not's not happy. He's not an Arteta fan by the looks of it. Says, I learned Arteta's English is not as good as Emery's, but no one is ridiculing the favourite Arteta. Well, he's lived in the country long enough. It's just the accent. Because it's a thick accent. He has a thick accent.
Yeah.
So you've got to take that into consideration as well. But it is what it is. He's still in a job. We've got a big game tomorrow. Look, if that wasn't as much of an issue as it was with Unai Emery, as we all know, we saw when Unai Emery, when he struggled with English language and the accent or whatever. The players turned and started taking the piss out of him. I know we're only 2 episodes in, but so far we haven't seen that yet. You might see it down the line, and if we do see that, that would be concerning. But so far, we haven't seen any of that. So clearly, he's doing something right with the players and getting them on board. And obviously, we've got some new players coming in as well that know him as well from Man City. That will more likely be starting tomorrow, both of them. But I'll be surprised if they both don't start because we know what the situation is with our squad. Obviously, one of them definitely starting, Zinchenko. Yeah, I mean, he has to start. No matter where he's playing, he has to start because it makes sense. But yeah, it is what it is. But in terms of documentary, so slow burner at first, but so far, and then as I say, that my disappointment so far is really, as you said, you had a one long episode, and then you've got a short one, and then what you said, the next one's as long as the first one. So there's no consistency. Usually they sort of have a sort of same time frame slot for all the episodes.
Yeah,
it just seems as if they've just gone. That will do. We'll just focus on that for the day, but they didn't do enough content to spread it out for pretty much an hour.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was a little weird how it kind of, like you said, like I said, it's kind of different. You expect it to be the same amount of time, and that way you get a good quantity of information, but they didn't do it that way. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how the other ones go. But like I said, this it gave you little bits. There were little bits of things that you probably did not. You don't hear as much. You don't see as much. So it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping in the next set we see a lot more.
Yeah, hopefully, as I say, hopefully get to see more of the players get involved in actually with the behind the scenes interviews and all that as well, and just to get to know them a bit more as well. Other than that, because if it becomes a series, again, because we've got 4, 5, 6 out next, we will touch on episode 3 beforehand, doing a stream for that. We've got 4, 5, 6 out next Thursday as well. But in terms of the series as well, I don't want it to become a series where it's just the same couple of faces doing the same, like the interview stuff. I want all the squads to get involved, and because you get to know them a bit more on a personal level, then and establish that connection again, with even a strong connection really within the fan base, especially now with the new season underway, and hopefully, touch wood, we get off to a good start tomorrow night and push on from there, because obviously we've got Palace this tomorrow night. You've got Leicester City, who know Schmeichel for their best defender looks like he wants that as well, and Fofana. We're looking to get Tielemans off their books as well. Madison could be going to Newcastle, so could be a perfect time to play Leicester at home. Really, they've got Bournemouth. We've got, as I say, I've said it before, we've got pretty decent and a nicer start to the season than what we had last year. Put it that way. So we've got, as long as we take advantage of that, I'm not going to complain. But this documentary, for me, when it did, I would have preferred if the documentary came out a couple of weeks before, during the actual pre-season sort of time frame. So it gives us time to watch it before the season starts, and we can fully focus on the season then. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, why they would put it out there when we have other things we want to do, like watch the games, talk about the games, right? I mean, they just don't have, I don't want to, like you said, spend too much time talking about this stuff. I really want to watch some football.
Yeah, I mean, another thing I want to touch on as well is that, again, we've all seen the other documentaries so far as well, and the one before us was that lot down the road with their one. When you compare when Mourinho comes in that series to when obviously with Arteta, and it's all basically with Mourinho. It's basically him. Most of the time you've seen it's him on his own, or him talking to Daniel Levy, or him talking to the players. That's it. Whereas we've seen in just 2 episodes where he's having meetings. It's a daily thing. It's a ritual thing where after every match day, he gets his staff together and they go through all the aspects of the game, mental side of the game, their physical, where they are physically, who's a cause of concern, who's actually over impressing the entire staff and this, that, and the other, and things like that. It just seems a bit more of a team effort with Arteta. It's not just, oh, look at me, it's all about me, me, me. He wants others to be involved as well. And I like that Albert goes up. He trusts his staff to go off with the likes of, in terms of Albert going off and having that one-on-one with Emil Smith-Rowe and saying, look, okay, this is from your last game. What did you do? Where can you improve? But having that one-on-one and trusting his coach to do it. What about yourself? Before you wrap things up, what about yourself? What can you take? What have you took away from what you've seen?
Well, like I said, just a little bit where they're like the little conversations that the players are having. I kind of enjoyed that. The locker room before the games and stuff like that is interesting. It to me to some degree confirms a little bit of what I think about Arteta as a manager and stuff. Just he curses and all of that, but it just I don't feel he brings that fire out of the players the way I would expect him, would want him to, especially North London derby. I know the photographer spoke, but I would have expected him to say something as well because it is big. It is a big game. It always is. There's a lot to it, and it seemed a little reserved the way the team came out. And then after the losses, you would expected some craziness to happen, right? Because losing 3 in a row the way they did, it looked really nice, right? It
was a bit weird as well not seeing, in terms of the Brentford, like the first 3 games, apart from the Chelsea game, the Man City and the Brentford game individually, we didn't see what was going on in the changing room before, after, or during. It was just, here's the game, it's done. They moved on. They say a bit too nicey and sort of.
Yeah, I would expect it. Yeah, I would expect it something a little bit more, like some more reaction from that. It's not always. This thing isn't. I mean, maybe they held back because I don't know why they would hold back. We wanted to see that stuff, and every game I think brings some of that information that we would like to see come out. I think they held back, showing us what we really wanted to see. Like you said, I like those conversations that the team's having with themselves. Like when they're having lunch and breakfast and stuff like that in the training room and stuff like that. In the in the weight room when they're working out there. I assume there's some conversations going on there that might be cool to hear. Even the practices, you didn't really get to hear much.
Or see much either,
yeah. So, and we see all this video of them practicing. So it's like, I wonder what they're saying, right? Because that's what we want to. That's what we're doing this, so we can actually hear what they're saying. Didn't get to hear that either. So, yeah. So we shall see.
Yeah. We will see. As I say, in terms of episode 3, we will cover that. We will do a stream for that before next Thursday. In terms of, we'll just find out when time best suits both of us. We'll come back and do episode 3 and cover all that, and then we'll come back then later on in the week for the new 3 episodes that come out, 4, 5, and 6, respectively, depending on how long they are individually, or depending on if we split them into 2 or 3 individual streams or not. But until then, guys, thanks for coming along. Thanks, Gary, for obviously doing your part and setting this up as well. Appreciate that and giving your time as well. And obviously, you're on Race Channel later on, aren't you?
Yeah, we got our show on in about an hour or so. So I'm gonna go get some dinner, hang out with my family, and then go from there. So I'll see you guys. Yeah, see you guys later.
Yes, Before you know it, we'll be back here again tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's game time tomorrow, right?
It's 3 years in a row we start the season off. 2 years on the trot. It's Friday night under the lights, away from home. What can go wrong? The nerves will kick. The nerves are there, but they're going to fully kick in as soon as I wake up tomorrow. Because I'll know as I wake up, it's game day. It's the new season. It's away from home. It's Vieira. We've got to get the points.
Yes.
Otherwise, we're going to get all the media and all that lot on our back straight from the off.
Oh
But
yeah.
until then-
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
until then, we'll be going live for that. Actually, I will say this: we'll be doing, obviously, as I say, just confirm we are doing a watch along tomorrow. Kickoff is at 8:00 in terms of the actual game. The match itself kicks off at 8:00 UK time. We'll be going live around 7:20, give or take, depending on time frames of setting this all up. But yeah, around that sort of time, 7:20, we'll be going live. Bit earlier than usual. Just go through the teams, have a bit of a catch up with the guys, and get ready for the build up and have a bit of a laugh and really get the juices flowing. Allow you guys the time to get in, settle in yourselves, give your thoughts on the lineups, and yeah, get ready for the weekend as well because the match of the day stream's coming back this week. Got to sort out Saturday as well in terms of the daytime slot, in terms of doing the 12 o'clock till, I think now, 5:30, till 7:15, 7:20, something like that. That's the stream. Basically, the idea is to do a stream from 12 o'clock all the way through till the full time of Chelsea v Everton in the evening. Basically doing the Fulham v Liverpool match, early kickoff. Then keep going, keeping the night going through doing like a soccer Saturday, if you will. And obviously have a bit of a chat if you get a few guests on for that from half two onwards in terms of the 3:00 kickoffs and all that. Have a bit of a chat, catch up, have a laugh, and all this is basically in aid of trying to basically do a bit of a fundraising watch-along stream extravaganza to try and raise some more funding for Tony's prosthetic leg. So yeah, and then obviously we'll finish off with the Everton v Chelsea game, and as I say, that'll be about 7:15 UK time. So yeah, busy day for me, and then I've got to go off, do a thumbnail, do much of the day, and go to sleep. No pressure on me, but yeah, we'll sort all that out. To keep an eye out for that as well. And until then, guys, thanks again for everyone in the chat coming in and taking part. Good to see this, some of the old faces popping back in as well tonight in terms of obviously Why Not FC, BX Gunner, Colonel's been in the chat, Bungle's been in the chat, all the usual suspects. Stefano was in there at one point as well. Big up to me all. Mr. Tom as well, even though he's a Leeds fan, he was here because he's a new ground. He's a closet Leeds fan. Arsenal fan, sorry. So I'm tired today. But until then, guys, we'll see you soon. As always,
All right, see ya.
the Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners.